consider the most important social challenge in Europe nowadays?
The most important challenge in social challenge in Europe nowadays is to indeed have a social Europe.
Elaborate on that. I'm asking, what do you consider the most important challenge? And please elaborate. Please tell me a little bit more on why you think it is important.
Okay, but indeed is to have a social Europe, which means to incorporate social dimension into all EU policies. That's the most important challenges. That will really, I think, change the reality of European citizen. If the European Union is starting to have social proof EU policies.
There's some people saying, well, the balance of Europe is tipping in favor of the economy and away from the social achievements. How do you see that?
Completely. That's what I am saying indeed in saying that the more important challenge is to have now a social Europe. It's because so far, indeed, we have developed the European Union first on agriculture, secondly on what we call the Unique Act, which is indeed freedom of I don't know how it is in English. Freedom of circulation and freedom of movement. This is what I was looking for. And then after they came up with a very new project, which is a common currency. I think we have all done those projects. They are now operating. We are lacking the fourth project for the Europe, and that needs to be the social Europe.
And what should that result in?
Sorry, I have.
What should be the goal of that social project in Europe?
To have for all the same kind of opportunities, and to have enforceable, or at least that everybody has access to fundamental rights, and access to fundamental rights, access to education, which means access to education, higher education for everybody, and at least a minimum income for not living into poverty. No more poors. That would be the main challenge, if I would say.
What was the most interesting thing you heard at the conference this morning?
I think that was what was very interesting is for this morning, which was more on budgeting, on the money. It was the issue on transparency, which I think it's indeed a very key issue. To get more transparent will definitely help us in shaping the future policies.